That was fake. But excuse me, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. Now, when we last stopped the game rather abruptly, we had just been forced to start onto another crime mystery, whatever it is, of a disappearing train, as we saw at the end of the last video. So, oh, well, it hasn't started yet, but alright. Once I leave the house, it'll get started. Now, what am I wearing? That's fine clothes.
This is where I keep...
Yep, all good, all good. Do I check this at all? Do I need to? No? Okay, then we'll just head on out.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes
You
for
are
the
speaking to
station.
the door. My friend, you were speaking to the door. 1 week later. Took us an entire week. Riddle on the rails. Yeah, so this is quite interesting. We saw at the end of the last one. The train disappears here. So spoiler for it. Sorry for that spoiler.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Fantastic deduction.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase.
I was so close to starting to read out the
But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Where's Josh here?
Something is wrong.
Oh dear.
I can't hear...
Josh is here, but as usual he is on push to talk.
any sound
And,
from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
He looks very dazed.
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Oh my.
Holmes. Say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Very early. Yeah, I can imagine Sherlock going to Watson and saying, Sherlock, Watson, open your eyes. It's time to go. Is there anything to deduct just yet? No, I thought so. Oh, let's see what's going
Well,
on.
here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Well, we've
This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult with it if needed. It is fortunate that we took it with us.
ow, wow, okay, alright, I guess I'm not supposed to go in that direction. Thank you very much.
Trains can't just vanish without leaving a trace. It isn't possible. Is it, Holmes?
This map will be useful.
I guess I'll just take it with me then. So this is how we fast travel then.
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
Oh, okay, I guess it wasn't this way then. Oh, I'm guessing I got turned around earlier because I didn't have the necessary map at that moment. So was that further this way? I think so.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
A discarded item, possibly thrown. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. Railway sleepers, nothing unusual.
So,
There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising.
The whole train.
well, back to the station then, I suppose. It's interesting because we don't know what we're investigating yet, so it makes it even more thrilling.
A telegraph.
Nothing. Okay, that's great. Let's see, what's this? Message to all stations. Mr. Robinson is located at Bridlington Station.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson. Here is the train set. Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So,
Of
you are
Station
Mr.
Evesham.
Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Well, I guess we're going to do this. Fully grey hair. You are an old man for sure. Oh, that. Yeah, spots of dirt. And he's a supposedly married man, but anything about Sherlock Holmes tells you that everyone is cheating on their partner.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Yeah, I took it already, actually. Sorry
According
about
to
that.
the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington Station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
My good man. I would like to use that in my time as well.
An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station. This part is probably from a locomotive.
Fantastic. Now we just take a cab to another station. I wonder if there's a way to travel between several stations. No, I can't think of it. Nah. Oh, right, it would be a train, but the train went missing.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
First thing Sherlock does is profile his man. Work clothes, okay. Oh, what's this? Cheap ticket. Rough skin. Married.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is.
I'll tell you what
Last
my
night I
concern
were on the
is.
train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid, and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Ah, Mr. Robinson. There you are.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not
He
from the
sounds
railway
fairly
company.
Australian.
We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse
Shamrock
me,
Flomes.
but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Oh, this man is Australian. For sure. Yeah. I can see what it says on the Australian hat. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, that's an Australian hat. Oh, that was fantastic. Sorry, I just got a bit lazy and I've nothing on his suitcase. Alright, well, fancy shoes. Crocodile skin. Wow.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes, it said from
Yes.
the dialogue.
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right.
I have
I have
nothing to
nothing
hide.
to hide.
I have nothing to hide. Special wagon.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes, it was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device.
It is capable of producing electricity.
I'm a businessman and an engineer. had
already found out
several
several
potential
potential-
customers
yeah.
for my invention.
I can't even read
I was
subtitles.
very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. Cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
This man is a member
Mr.
of the
Bromsby
Mermen.
is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
Oh, but there was one more. Space for clues. Nope, these two are not related. Fantastic.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance.
Sorry about that.
of
Just
last
wanted to
night's train.
check what
I
was
see.
how much time
I'm
had
Station
passed.
Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
I think we should do this early. Young age. Clean clothes. First time on the job. Oh, ink smudges. Problem with
Station
passengers.
Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
The youngin knows all the rules back to back.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Watson, I didn't expect you to cooperate with me in this case.
I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Took 5 minutes to depart.
Holmes, how is it even possible? The whole trip.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Could he have organized for it to be stolen himself? At least none of these are connected. Alrighty then.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Of
course.
Thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologize for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
I see that you kept your gripsack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
I will not move from here until I receive my...
Don't touch anything, please.
A telegraph.
The luggage room. Where is the luggage room? It's not there. Could it be on this side?
Railway post bags.
Oh, well, I've exited the station.
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course.
Ah. That was 100% an accident. I didn't realize I was done.
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully. An exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet
So I was
another
selling
exclusive.
his item
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
to several people
Well,
at
it
the
is
same
very
time.
clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his
And then he
machine.
organized to have it stolen so that he could say, oh, sorry, it got stolen. No, no, no. I mean, he's first of all got it sold it and received prepayments.
I will not move from here and
Okay, sir. What now? To Chesterfield.
A telegraph.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not. How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please,
Huh.
sir.
What? The 18 hours 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Take advantage of his confusion so he doesn't have a moment to. Matt. Well, his nose will be a. Yeah, red nose. Let's go back. Oh. Clean clothes despite drinking his head off. Fishing line? He looked like he's paid his pants.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram.
Well,
I
for a drug
remember
man,
everything
he's
quite
fair,
clearly.
nice, fairly nice word there.
It was late,
Fastidious.
And I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got it right, sir.
Station Master Bertram.
What? He's a fastidious little
Okay, I
twerp,
didn't
that
realize that's
Bertram.
what that
I
does.
remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
No? Oh, my lord.
Station Master.
No, you
What?
got that right. Why am I,
He's a
what am I doing?
fastidious
You
little
got that
twerp,
right.
that
You wrote that
Bertram.
correctly.
I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
I will.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
doesn't change either way. But I feel it's this.
Ah, will I ever get any peace?
A telegraph. A fishing advertisement.
This bin is full of empty bottles.
Lock. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
Oh, this again. Well, let's see if I can accidentally get it again. Well, this one, there has to be a very clear answer, so... Oh. Is there anything else in the start from here? No, so it's gotta be that. Next, we just match this up. Going all the way around, this is the only option, so... Then I switch... Oh, would you look at that?
Bags were recently dragged here. French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
My
Shameful.
goodness. How could he have done something like this? Instruments?
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them. Railway post bags. You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, it might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
This man's a fool.
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a click to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
Alright, well, let's see. It is, unfortunately, just about the time that I have to hop off. I start work stupidly early in the morning, so I will end this recording here. It's a bit of a shorter one, but I'll get back to a normal length episode with the next one. So, hope you enjoyed this. My progress thus far in Crimes and Punishment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.